We're at 54th and 7th Avenue in New York City, just north of Times Square.
This is the Adlon, 200 West 54th Street. It was designed by George and Edward Blum, two brother architects who worked at the turn of the century. Executed in the arts and crafts and Art Nouveau style, which was rare for New York City. We are gradually restoring it bit by bit.
I don't notice too many buildings here in the city with all that polychrome and all that design like that.
Oh yeah, the architects George and Edward Blum were very inventive using materials and color. And when we cleaned all the gray paint off of these two floors, we saw that the stone was originally polychromed with like a mineral stain. So I went back up there and we polychromed it in the original colors. The colors were faded, but you can make out what they were. And we repaired this wraparound balcony. We're about to do some local law 11 work and do some painting where some of those have rusted a bit. I've developed a new window standard here on the left that will replace all of these brown aluminum windows that were put in probably the 70s or the 80s, closer to the original color. The building was black a few years ago, so we cleaned the facade, we stripped gray paint off of all of the limestone, then worked our way from the top down. That belt course of like crown molding just above the 10th floor is copper that was missing. The pilasters on each end are also reproductions done in copper to complete the higher cornice.
So they were missing the two ends?
Yeah. Originally, all of these little scars you see under the windows were little balconettes. They're gone right now. Maybe someday we'll put those back up. After we cleaned the building, we saw all of the ornament around the windows on the third floor were polychromed in different colors. So once we cleaned everything, I went up and re-hand painted or stained all of the stone back to its original colors.
So was that the original stone, or was that had to been replaced?
The ornament around each of the windows on the third floor is all recast new material. The building was really abused for a lot of its history, and a lot of it was sandblasted at some point.
Oh boy.
So we just recast it all. And we're starting to reintroduce a new window color scheme that matches the original, sort of light reddish tan color. We restored the entry almost 20 years ago now. The original entrance looked pretty much exactly like this. Then in the late 80s, it was replaced with a brown aluminum storefront. So I proposed to the board that we recreate the original look. Here it is, using a header I cast from another George and Edward Blum building. Clean facade, sconces I found in a salvage place that may have come from Forest Hills or a place like that where they use them as street lamps. It's all bronze and cast aluminum.
It's beautiful.